Hello, beautiful people of God. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from. And thank you so much for being part of this family. We say, may God bless you all. Today, we'll be concluding the series we started from the book of Habakkuk 2. If you miss any of the series, I want to encourage you to go to our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and check it and be blessed because God has so many things for us. Today we'll be looking at the topic that titled Have a Spiritual Journal. Many years ago, I never understand the importance of journal. I never see how journal will contribute to my life, how important journal will be in my life until I read some articles about how successful people journal. And ever since then, I start to journal not just my personal development of professional, but also have a journal for my spiritual life. If you look at the book of Habakkuk 2, the Bible said, "And the Lord said to me, write my answer on a billboard." Before we continue, I want to ask you, do you have a spiritual journal? Do you have a journal where you write answers, the things God is showing you? Do you have a journal where you record the testimonies of God? Do you have a journal where you write the answers, the things God is showing from His word, His voice, His affirmation? Do you have a journal where you write them? Or do you just come to the presence of God without writing what God is showing you? Do you know that you can forget what God has shown you, but your journal can never forget? Whenever you come to your journal, 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, it will still show you what God have spoke to your life, the promises of God. And whenever you are having a spiritual journal, it shows how much you value what God is telling you and the desire to hear from Him. Imagine you are in a conference and a speaker is speaking. You are busy writing. It encourages the speaker to speak more because he knows that you pay attention. You are paying attention. You value what he or she is speaking. The same way it is when we come before the presence of God with our journal to write what He is showing to us. It shows the value we have to hear from God, the desire, the hunger, the thirsty we have to hear from God. Many times what people have is offense journal. How people have offended you, who offended you, how many times, and how you will revenge. But in this devotion, God is saying that we should have a spiritual journal. The book of Habakkuk said, "And I will write down the answer on a billboard." Write down, not to memorize it, on a billboard. God wants you to have a spiritual journal where you will write answers. There are so many benefits of spiritual journal. It helps in time of adversity. When the devil will come up with so many strategies, you bring your journal. You count your blessings. You see the faithfulness of God. You read those affirmations, those promises God has for you. You refer back to your journal and you will be happy. You will stand firm and tell the devil it is written. God have done it before and He will still do it. There are so many benefits we can get whenever we have a spiritual journal. So in this devotion, as the year has started, I want to encourage you to get yourself a good journal to write what God will be showing you. Your mind can forget, you will be busy thinking other things, but when you go back to your journal will tell you, on the day of like this, on this day, God spoke this to you. And you stand firm on those things God has spoken to you and run with it. So I want to encourage you in your business of time. Take time. Go before the presence of God. with your spiritual journal, because your spiritual journal is one of your spiritual armors anytime, any moment. And you will be happy, you'll be surprised what God is doing in your life and the faithfulness of God in your life. Thank you so much for being part of this family, and we say, may God bless you all. Shalom.